We're officially live. Awesome. So I'm going to wait a few minutes for some people to log on and join us. Today we are talking about how to fight inflammation with turmeric, and I have lots of amazing information to share with you guys, and I'm going to be sharing with you one of my delicious anti-inflammatory turmeric teas or turmeric lattes. So you guys are going to get so much information from this live stream, and if you have questions, just post them below. And even if we can't get to them live, because I'm going to be busy, cooking up and making some stuff, we will definitely get to them after. So if you are joining us, just comment below, let us know that you can see us and hear us, because that is important before we officially start. So I will dive into a little bit about who I am and what I do before we dive into inflammation and turmeric. So my name is Samantha Gladish, and I am a holistic nutritionist. I specialize in women's health and weight loss and hormonal health. So I help women lose weight and balance their hormones with delicious food. That's what I get to do. So it's a pretty sweet job. Yay, hello, hi from Mississauga, thanks for joining us. So I have my business that is strictly online, and I coach women all over Canada and all over the US, and I do a lot of recipe development, which you can see over on holisticwellness.ca. So I'm always in the kitchen, and I love creating, and I just love being really creative with food and using food as a healing mechanism to balancing hormones and supporting weight loss. So you can always head on over there. There's a ton of great information and recipes that you can find over there at holisticwellness.ca. That's kind of like my hub. And then I am live today with New Life Therapeutics. So that's the page I'm on today. You guys obviously like this page if you're watching us. And if you don't, then be sure to like the page and also like New Life Therapeutics over on Instagram. So New Life Therapeutics, if you guys are not familiar with them, they are a supplement company that have been around for years, and they have incredible products. They range from inflammation support to women's health to men's health, gut supportive supplements and digestive support, and their products are really therapeutic ingredients that are really high quality that you can trust. And these ingredients, being that they're therapeutic, is really going to help to bring about healing and support in the body, which is obviously what we want from our supplements, right? So let's dive in. We're going to talk about how to fight inflammation with turmeric. And before I give you my delicious recipe for my turmeric tea, I'm going to share with you a bit about inflammation so that you can have a better understanding about what inflammation is. And perhaps you might be experiencing issues with inflammation right now. So there's different kinds of inflammation. We have acute inflammation and we have chronic inflammation. And I'm sure most of us have experienced acute inflammation. Maybe you bang your hand onto something, or you twist your ankle. These are different ways that you can actually cause inflammation in the body, right? Like you twist an ankle, you hurt yourself, and what happens is there's these molecules and these enzymes and all these different compounds that work behind the scene to go to that spot of healing, to go to that spot of inflammation to help it heal. And so you will probably experience pain or swelling or redness when you have some type of acute inflammation. And this is more short term. So when you hurt yourself, typically the pain might last for a few hours, maybe a few days, but then it goes away. And then we have this chronic inflammation. And this is really like long-term inflammation that's happening in the body. This inflammation that could be going on for months and maybe even years. And it can be caused by multiple things. So stress is a really, really big one. Everyone is overworked, and maybe they're working at a job that they don't like, and their job is really stressful, from their bills to their relationships to their work to all kinds of things. There's so many things that are causing us stress in our everyday lives, and having this chronic stress is going to cause issues with hormones in our body, and it's just going to start creating this cascade effect where things are going to start to get out of balance. And once they get out of balance, this can actually lead to chronic inflammation. And then even your gut. I mean, your gut is really, it helps you absorb your nutrients and it helps you eliminate toxins. So if you have a lot of toxins coming into the body and different food particles that aren't breaking down effectively, even pharmaceutical drugs, this can damage the lining in the gut. And now you have these toxins and particles that get through the lining and get into the bloodstream. And now you have these toxins and these different particles in the bloodstream where they don't belong. And now your body has to go on this like attack mode to go heal and take care of those toxins and those particles. And that whole process, it creates inflammation in the body. And then of course, it's also creating inflammation in the bowels. So you might suffer with something like IBD, irritable bowel disease or irritable bowel syndrome. You might even just experience a lot of bloating and gas and constipation. And this can be signs of inflammation that's happening in the gut. So stress is a really big one. Gut health is something that can lead to heart disease, to inflammation. Where I was going to go with the heart disease is that, inflammation of, when we think of heart disease, inflammation is basically happening in the arteries. Just like when we think of something like arthritis, that's inflammation that's happening in your joints. So inflammation can happen systemically, basically anywhere in your body and in multiple areas. And it's something that sometimes we can't even see it. We can't see it. We don't even know sometimes what's going on behind the scenes with our heart, right? We don't know that our arteries are inflamed. And typically what will come from that is having the high blood pressure and having cholesterol issues. And then, this is chronic inflammation. If we're not going to address this over time, it's just going to get worse and worse. And so we really want to look at these areas in our life, whether it be diet and nutrition and stress, and really start to support these areas to really support inflammation. Because I know how easy it is to go take a pharmaceutical and go take medicine, and that's really like the Band-Aid approach to helping combat your inflammation. We want to also manage the stress and really take a look at our diet and what could be in our diet that's causing inflammation in our body, because there's a lot of foods that we could be eating that is really aggravating inflammation in our body. So these are things like processed vegetable oils. So your sunflower oil, safflower, canola, soybean, these are genetically modified oils, specifically the canola and the soybean, and they contain lots of omega-6, and omega-6 is very pro-inflammatory in the body. So we don't want pro-inflammation, we want anti-inflammation, right? So those vegetable oils, we really want to be conscious about how much we're eating of them and including in our diet. So be sure to just eliminate them. That's really the best thing, just to avoid them altogether. So aside from processed vegetable oils, you also want to be cautious of gluten and wheat. And I'm sure you hear about this a lot. But gluten and wheat can really be inflammatory in the system, especially in the gut and in the bowels. If you have a lot of digestive issues going on, you really want to maybe look at how much gluten and wheat that you're eating. And then we have things like conventional meat and dairy. So these have a lot of antibiotics and a lot of hormones, and that alone is going to cause inflammation. Plus, a lot of these animals, they are eating a lot of grains and a lot of genetically modified grains and soy. So that saying, you are what you eat? As much as that is true, it actually goes one step further. You are what you eat eats. So whatever the animal, if you do eat animal products, if the animal is eating grains and genetically modified soy and all this gluten and wheat, then that means you're eating it too. It ends up going into your system as well. So really be conscious about your diet and looking at these different areas and these different inflammatory foods. Nightshades can sometimes pose an issue for people. These are things like your eggplant and pepper and tomatoes and potatoes. For some people, these foods can be very aggravating. And one of the best ways to even find out if these foods aggravate your system, so with gluten and wheat and all those nightshades that I just mentioned, and even the vegetable oils, the best way to find out if they aggravate your system is to actually take them out of your diet. Eliminate them for about 4 weeks, and then after that 4-week period, introduce them back in and see how your body reacts. And if you have a reaction, then you know that this probably isn't the right food for you. So we've talked about stress and nutrition. Now let's actually talk about the foods we should be eating to support inflammation, because there's a lot of things. So you want to increase your water intake. That's really key. It's really, really important, because your water is actually going to help lubricate your joints, especially if you're having a lot of joint pain, which is inflammation in the joints. And you want to really get rid of that conventional meat and dairy and choose quality, right? Pasture-raised, grass-fed meats, organic preferably. That would be ideal. You're going to get all those antibiotics and hormones out of the diet, which is key. You also want to load up on vegetables. Get lots of vegetables in your diet, and high antioxidant fruits and low glycemic fruits. So that would be like your berries, even apples and pears. Plus they have a lot of good fiber, which is going to support the bowels as well. And then you want to get healthy fats in your diet. So avocado oil and olive oil and coconut oil and grass-fed butter and ghee. These are all therapeutic oils and incredibly healing and have lots of anti-inflammatory properties. And on top of that, fish, wild-caught cold water fish, is really therapeutic because it has so many omega-3s. And those omega-3s are anti-inflammatory, which is what we want if we're trying to combat inflammation. So you can obviously eat lots of fish. That's a great way to get in those good omega-3s. Or you can supplement with a really good quality fish oil. Now, New Life has an amazing joint therapy inflammation support product, and it not only combines the benefits of fish oil, which is not just amazing for your heart and inflammation, but it actually supports your brain. And it's great for your arthritis. If you're suffering with arthritis or osteoarthritis, any type of joint support, it's going to be really therapeutic for. And it's incredible for your skin. So if you have like eczema or issues going on with your skin, fish oils are actually going to help nourish your skin from the inside out, which is amazing. So what's great about the New Life Therapeutics inflammation support is that it also contains turmeric. So we're going to dive into turmeric because it is such a medicinal, I don't know if herb or spice. I know there's always debate on this, and even there's a debate on how you say it. I say turmeric. Yeah, turmeric. I think some people say turmeric. So I'm going with turmeric today. So the inflammation support also contains turmeric, which is so anti-inflammatory. It even has anti-cancer properties, and it's loaded with antioxidants. And that is key when you want to support inflammation. So combining the turmeric with fish oil is key, because the fish oil, that good healthy fat, actually helps you absorb and assimilate the turmeric. So they really go hand in hand. So this is going to be great for your heart, for your brain, for your skin, and especially if you have any issues going on in your gut with colitis or Crohn's or IBD, it's going to be really supportive as well. So aside from taking turmeric and your fish oils in supplement form, you can make the anti-inflammatory turmeric tea, which I'm going to show you how to make right now. It's so delicious. You just need a few simple ingredients at home, and you can literally make this every day. And if you are looking to kick your coffee habit, this is going to be one of the key drinks that you want to include, because it's going to manage your blood sugar cravings, and it's going to give you that like real warming, nourishing feeling that you get when you drink your coffee. Okay, so let's dive in. I'm going to switch the screen here, and then you guys can follow me into my kitchen. My girl here behind, you can't see her. She's gonna follow me. Okay, so we're gonna make the anti-inflammatory turmeric tea, and we need a few ingredients. So here on the stove, I've got some unsweetened coconut milk. You don't have to use coconut milk. You can use any nut milk, really. You just want to make sure it's unsweetened. So I like using the coconut milk. There's some really good fats in there. You can use almond milk. You can use unsweetened hemp milk or even rice milk. It all works. And I just use the Silk brand. So I mean, if you don't have this at home, it's fine. You can use whatever brand, but you can make your own at home too, right? I love making my own homemade almond milk or coconut milk, but you don't need to get that fancy, okay? So we're gonna heat up about 2 cups of coconut milk, and then let's go, while that's heating up, let's talk about these amazing ingredients we're gonna include. So we obviously have turmeric. So there have been amazing studies showing how potent turmeric is for, it works just as well as painkillers, as steroid drugs, as antidepressants. So there's tons of amazing research that's coming out showing how therapeutic turmeric is for fighting so many different diseases and really supporting the body. So this is the turmeric that I'm using today, which is from Chaw's Organic Turmeric. You don't have to use this brand, but I do suggest you get organic. You really want your spices and herbs to be organic because that means they're not irradiated, okay? So some people get really hesitant on using turmeric because they think it's curry, and it's not. So turmeric is one of the ingredients in curry. Curry is a blend of different spices, okay? Turmeric just being one of those. So no, there is no curry taste to turmeric. And actually, you can use it in smoothies. It will just make it like really yellow. It'll give it that nice yellow hue. I like to sprinkle turmeric onto my eggs. So if I make like scrambled eggs in the morning, I sprinkle on some turmeric and you don't even taste it. Plus you're just getting all those therapeutic antioxidants and anti-inflammatory properties. So turmeric is one of the ingredients. We are also going to use some ginger and cinnamon. So I really love using Simply Organic because, well, they're all organic and their herbs and spices are really high quality. So, and they come in glass, which is key. So cinnamon is great for balancing your blood sugar. We're going to throw a little bit of this in, and then we're going to put some ginger in, which is also anti-inflammatory, and it's even great for like nausea, and if you have any sort of digestive upsets, ginger is really great for that. So, and it's really warming. It's a nice warming spice, you know, in the winter time. Like, it's such a cold day today. Like, it's so nice to make this tea and just like sit back and really enjoy it and have something that's really antioxidant rich and really healing, and it's nice and warm. Okay, so then we are also going to use some sea salt, just a little pinch of sea salt. We're going to use some vanilla extract just to add that little bit of, you know, sweetness to it. And this is actually non-alcoholic vanilla, which is great. And then we're going to put a little bit of black pepper. And you might be thinking, why would you put black pepper? So if you have any issues with black pepper, you can totally avoid it. But black pepper actually it helps the absorbability of all the herbs and spices. It's like a transporter. It transports the nutrients into your body even better. So we're just going to put a little bit of the pepper in there. And then I also just wanted to show you, so today we are using the ground turmeric, but you can buy fresh turmeric. And this is what the fresh root looks like. And it's you would just grate this, so you can actually grate this like into a smoothie, or you can grate it and then actually put it into like a cheesecloth and then rinse it out that way and get all the goodness out. So that's one way to do it, but we're going with easy today. Okay, so this is heating up. Oh, and I forgot, we're gonna put hemp hearts in it. Now this is totally optional, but I love to add the hemp hearts in it because it has extra omegas, so you're getting all those great omega-3s, plus you get some protein in here too, which is really nice. And it just makes it a little bit creamier, which is great. Oh, and then we're gonna put coconut milk, or sorry, coconut oil. Okay, so this is heating up. We're gonna come over here to the blender of all blenders. If you guys don't own a Vitamix, I swear you have to get one. I've had my Vitamix for 10 years now, and it hasn't failed me once. So you don't need a high-speed blender to make this latte or to make this tea. You really don't, but a blender that's gonna last you 10 years, I mean, that's awesome. Okay. Okay, so now we're just gonna add all our ingredients. I'm gonna put about half a teaspoon of the turmeric powder in here. And then I'm just kind of gonna eyeball some of the other herbs and spices, the other spices. You're basically looking for about a half a teaspoon of each one, maybe even a little less, or maybe a little bit more if you really like the flavor. Okay, so some cinnamon. We're gonna put some ginger in here. And then we are going to put a little bit of sea salt, a little bit of pepper. Make sure you buy really good quality sea salt because this is actually gonna give you some really good trace minerals, which is important. And then the black pepper, just a little bit. And I promise you won't even taste it. Okay, and then we're gonna put some vanilla extract. Just a little touch. Okay, you might not be able to see it right now. I can show you all it's blended in there. It's hot. Okay, and then we're gonna put a tablespoon of our hemp hearts. Like I said, it's gonna just make it really creamy. And you can put 2 tablespoons if you like, that's totally fine, but 1 is enough. And the last ingredient, aside from love, you want to put love into your smoothies and into your elixirs. We're going to put coconut oil. So coconut oil, probably about a teaspoon. The good thing about adding coconut oil into some of these elixirs is that you get that really good, amazing fat, and it's going to be really satiating, and it's going to like fuel your brain, which is amazing. So you get so many great benefits. So I'm going to blend this up. It's going to be a little loud. And you only need a few seconds. And watch what happens after you blend. This is the best part. Okay, ready for it? The foam! You get this amazing foam that starts to develop on top, and that's from the good healthy fats from the coconut oil. So it's really awesome. So you know when you want to drink those like really foamy lattes, I swear you're gonna feel like that's what you're drinking when you make this. And that's it, guys. So we're gonna share this recipe in the comments below. I'm gonna pour this into my favorite mug. I know you have a favorite mug at home. And what I want to see is you making this recipe, and then I want you to pour it into your favorite mug, and I want you to post a picture of it in the comments below because I want to see what your favorite mug looks like. So really simple. I'm going to just top it off with a little bit of cinnamon, and that's it. Delicious. So I'm going to go enjoy this and sip on this. And you guys need to post any comments or questions below. If we didn't get to them through the live stream, I will come back and answer all of your questions. And you can head on over to the New Life Therapeutics Instagram page. Be sure to like them over there. You can also follow me at Holistic Wellness Foodie on Instagram and Facebook. We are always posting amazing recipes and amazing tips to help you guys live your best life ever. So we will see you guys soon. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.